It is a pivotal moment tonight in Mississippi politics as Republican gubernatorial candidate Tate Reeves is hoping to be elected as Mississippi's next governor. And as we've said all throughout the night, this is going to be a tight race. And good morning to you. I'm Jessica Bowman. Thanks for joining us this morning. And time right now, 5:55. If you're keeping up with your time this morning, how's that Pine Belt sunrise? The State Flag Commission voted on the final flag option between the Magnolia and the Great River Design. Let's talk some football. That's right. It is game day at the Rock, and this is the first football game of the season, not only in Mississippi, but in the entire nation. And of course, it will be much different this year as we face COVID-19, but all eyes will be on tonight's matchup between Southern Miss and South Alabama. Caroline Wood joins us live from the University of Southern Mississippi this afternoon ahead of tonight's kickoff at 8 o'clock. Good afternoon, Caroline. Well, thanks for spending your morning with Patrick and I. We've enjoyed you all this morning. Have a great day, and we will see you back here later today on WJM 7 News at midday for the latest headlines happening in the Pine Belt. COVID-19 concern. State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs gets candid as he continues to see a spike in coronavirus cases in the Magnolia State. Plus, breaking the silence, Mississippi lawmakers speaking out about nationwide unrest in the wake of George Floyd's death. And refusing to resign again. Another packed meeting in Petal. Residents speak out for and against Mayor Hal Marks. We have the latest. And breaking news out of Petal, protests expected to begin in the coming minutes. Petal Mayor Hal Marks under fire after comments he made on a social media post earlier this week. Now, this story is getting national attention as many people are calling for his resignation. 4 counties in the Pine Belt remain under a mask mandate. Right now, a total of 29 counties in our state are under those tighter restrictions. Now, Governor Tate Reeves says 9 more counties could be added to the list, and Jones County is one of those areas under consideration. Leading the pack, and not in a good way, for the second week in a row, Jones County tops the state when it comes to new COVID-19 cases. Now, just yesterday, they saw more than 20 new cases, bringing the total to 686 COVID-19 cases. And according to the State Department of Health, from May 25th until May 31st, the county saw a 15% increase in cases, and that's the highest count during a 1-week period. Bead 1 Supervisor and President Johnny Burnett says he's concerned residents there are not following the rules set by the CDC, and says if things get worse, the governor will be forced to step in. It's been a long time coming. Now Mississippi Driver Service Bureau's on tap to reopen next week. But of course, things will be a little bit different. So here's what's happening. We're told 80% of the foot traffic was previously for renewals, duplicates, and address changes. Now all of those services will now move to online services only. So those of you needing a student permit test, CDL transaction, or reinstatement, you'll have to go in person. But there's a specific schedule in order of your last name. Still ahead, Walmart has released a list of the hottest toys of the season to put on your Christmas list. What? Are we already talking about Christmas, Patrick? I cannot believe it. Your morning consumer news next on the other side of the break. Time right now, 5:42. Guess what? You're in store for a hot and humid day once again. Isn't that right, Patrick? And coming up at 6 o'clock, there will be another opportunity for teachers in the Pine Belt to get tested for COVID-19. It's all thanks to the State Department of Health. Those locations and times straight ahead. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock. Stay with us this morning as WJM 7 Sunrise continues. As we've said all throughout the night, this is going to be a tight race. We were actually able to speak with a candidate just a few minutes ago who says voter turnout here in our state is up and is doing pretty good tonight. People are coming out and they're casting their vote. Now, taking a look back, a Democrat has actually not had this much support from voters in our state in many years. So Tate Reeves is hoping to continue that Republican winning streak. And we want to talk about campaign finances tonight. Now, the Reeves campaign, the campaign finance filings show there his campaign has spent more than $10 million in the race for this top spot. That compared to his opponent, Jim Hood, who has spent a little more than $5 million. And I also want to mention President Trump made his stop in Tupelo, stomping for Tate Reeves, followed by Vice President Mike Pence, who also made a stop on the coast, stomping for Tate Reeves. So from the finance to those high-profile visits, will that make a difference in tonight's election? Well, all of you voters will determine that tonight. So we are live tonight at the Westin as the stage is being set tonight for Tate Reeves and his supporters. So we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the night as you have a little less than an hour to get to the polls if you have not casted your ballot. For now, reporting live in downtown Jackson at the Westin, I'm Jessica Bowman for Decision 2019.
We are drug addicts, but today we're drug addicts and alcoholics in recovery.
My drug of choice was marijuana and crystal meth. Had been using for 3 years.
Alcoholic and drug addict in recovery. I've been sober for almost 11 months.
A program of recovery since 1975. Oxford House International has worked to help transform people's lives. Outreach worker Chandra Brown has taken her story of drugs and alcohol abuse and turned it into a mission to serve others traveling her same footsteps.
Oxford House is so much, it's a miracle, is what it is.
A place of sobriety, empowerment, and support.
I get emotionally overwhelmed because it gives people in addiction the opportunity that they never knew they had. And then they embrace it and they're off and running.
With more than 2,000 transitional houses across the nation and 17 statewide, Hattiesburg is home to 3 houses. Inside, just a snapshot of a new life for women working towards a stable future.
I love it. I'm passionate. It saved my life.
Oxford House alum Dana Tarter now able to help others who face her same tribulations.
It still helps you with accountability too, and you see the women coming in and you're able to help them and watch them grow as you did. And it's amazing. It's a wonderful experience.
It also holds you accountable and it holds you responsible.
It saved my life because I was in addiction so long that I had no idea how to just live as a sober person.
The self-supporting, drug-free home is the foundation to a sense of freedom.
I've seen people's lives change. It's not a story that I heard or something that I read. I'm part of it and I get to watch the miracle happen, and it's probably one of the most amazing things that I've ever been a part of, and I'm grateful that I don't have to do this, I get to do it.
In Hattiesburg, Jessica Bowman, WDAM, on your side. A sense of serenity as you step inside one of nature's habitats. Welcome to Turkey Pine Plantation.
You know, the real beauty of the farm is that it's a lot more than just planting and growing and harvesting trees.
A landscape of natural beauty stretching across more than 100 acres.
It's heaven. And all the wildlife, the deer and the turkey and even the squirrels, and it's just, we're very blessed.
As a beam of sunlight radiates through the treetops, the picturesque view is only a snapshot into the tranquil tree farm upkept through a labor of love.
The bald eagle occasionally, the geese, the deer, the turkey. It's those kinds of things. It's the recreational activities that we have because of the farm.
Nestled in the outskirts of Sumrall in Lamar County, this tree farm is home to Henry and Kay Hudson. Passed down through the family, the whispering pines and gentle waters serve a much greater purpose.
Our farm produces some income from us in the harvest of trees, but it also serves as a sanctuary for wildlife.
Along with a 24-acre watershed lake, which is a sustainable fishery, Turkey Pine Plantation grew to life in 1998. The couple moved from Memphis, Tennessee to their land of milk and honey, made up of loblolly and longleaf pines that have been deep-rooted in their family tree for more than 70 years. Creating a sustainable forest, the Hudsons own and operate the only American tree farm system, certified tree farm in Lamar County.
It's the regeneration from the J.J. Newman Lumber Company clear-cut harvest back in the early 1900s.
The couple's hard work is highlighted through the Mississippi Forestry Association, naming them the recipients of the 2019 MFA Outstanding Tree Farmer of the Year.
A lot of work, about 20 years of work, to be honest with you.
We're so proud of the Hudsons to be in Lamar County. They have a beautiful farm, as you've seen.
Senator Joey Fillingane, who represents District 41, where Turkey Pine Plantation is sowed, says the state of Mississippi is made up of a little more than 60% of forested land encompassing more than 19 million acres.
Forestry and poultry are the two #1 economic generators here in Mississippi, and we're still largely an agricultural state. So timber in this state is king, and we're so proud that this beautiful tree farm is right here in Lamar County.
All of those things working together, it is amazing in that the sum total of them working together is greater than the sum of the individuals by themselves. I call it a force multiplier. It gives you more than you put in for it.
As their hard work blossoms into recognition across the Magnolia State, the gates close for the evening at Turkey Pine Plantation.